Three young men of excellent growth and presence. The eldest of the three wrestled Charles, the Duke's wrestler, which Charles in a moment threw him and broke 3 of his ribs, that there is little hope of life left in him. So he served the second wrestler, and so the third. Yonder, the poor old man, their father, making such pitiful dole over them, that we all take part in his weeping.
Alas!
But what is the sport?
That is not I speak of.
It is the first time that ever I heard breaking of ribs was sport for ladies.
Or I promise thee.
Is there yet another that desires this rib breaking? Shall we see the wrestling, cousin?
Why, you must if you stay here, for this is the place appointed for the wrestling, and they are ready to perform it.
Yonder, sure they are coming. Let us stay and see it.
Come on, since the youth will not listen, his own peril on his forwardness.
Is yonder the man?
Even he, madame.
How now? Daughter and cousin? Are you crept hither to see the wrestling?
Aye, my liege. So please you give us leave.
You will take little delight in it. In pity of the challenger's youth, I would dissuade him, but he will not listen. Speak to him, ladies. See if you can move him.
Call him hither, good Monsieur Lebeau.
Do so. I will not be by.
Monsieur Challenger, the princess calls for you.
I'd send them with all respect and duty.
Young man, have you challenged Charles the wrestler?
No, fair princess. He is the general challenger. I command but as others do, to challenge the strength of my youth.
Young gentlemen, your spirits are too bold for your years. You have seen cruel proof of this man's strength. We pray you for your own sake to embrace your safety and give over this attempt.
Do, young sir. Your reputation shall therefore not be misprized. We shall make it our suit to the Duke that the wrestling might not go forward.
I beseech you, punish me not with your hard thoughts, wherein I confess me much guilt to deny such beautiful and excellent ladies anything. But let your gentle eyes and fair wishes accompany me to the match, wherein if I be foiled, one shame that never was gracious. If killed, one that was willing to be so. I shall do my friends no wrong, for I have none to lament me, the world no injury, for in it I have nothing.
The little strength that I have, I wish it were with you.
And mine.
Fare you well. Pray heaven.
Your heart's desires be with you.
Come, where is this young gallant that is so desirous to lie with Mother Earth?
You shall get but one fall.
Please be nice to you, young man. I wish I were invisible so I could catch the strong fellow by the leg.
Oh, excellent, young man.
If I had a thunderbolt in mine eye, I can tell who should go down.
No more, no more.
Yes, I beseech your grace, I am not yet well breathed. How dost thou, Charles?
He cannot speak, my lord.
Away.
Away.
What does that mean, young man?
Orlando, my liege, youngest son of Sir Rowland de Boys.
I wish thou hadst been son to some man else. The world esteemed thy father honorable, but I did still find him mine enemy.
Why my father, cuz? Did I say that?
I am more proud to be Sir Rowland's son, his youngest son. I will not change my calling to be adopted heir to Frederick.
My father loved Sir Rowland as his soul, and all the world was of my father's mind. If I had before known this young man to be his son, I would have given him tears before he should have ventured thus.
Gentle cousin, let us go think and encourage him.
Gentlemen, wear this for me. One out of suits of fortune that would give more, but that her hands lacked the means. Shall we go, cuz?
Aye. Fare you well, young gentleman.
Can I not say thank you? All my better parts are thrown down, and all that stands here is but a statue. A mere lifeless block.
Fare you well.
What passions hangs these weights upon my tongue? I cannot speak to her, yet she urged conference. Oh, poor Orlando, thou art overthrown.
Good sir, it is in friendship that I counsel you to leave this place.
Oh, heavenly Rosalind!
In good faith, I thank you for your company. But I just soon let myself alone.
And so had I. But for fashion's sake, I thank you too for society.
God be with you, but let's meet as little as we can.
I do agree we may be better strangers.
I pray you not mar no more trees writing love songs on their barks.
I pray you mar no more of my verses, but reading them so ill-favoredly.
Rosalind's your love's name?
Yes, just.
I do not like her name.
There was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
What stature is she of?
Just as high as my heart.
You're full of pretty answers, aren't you? Have you not been acquainted with goldsmiths' wives and cheated them out of their rings?
Not so, but I answer you in exactly the same way. You have studied your questions.
You've a nimble wit. Won't you sit with me and we two shall complain about the world and all of our misery?
I will mock no breather in the world but myself, against whom I know most faults.
But the worst fault you have is to be in love.
'Tis a fault I will not change for your better virtue.
By troth, I was looking for a fool when I found you.
Go look by it in the brook. He is drowned.
But there I shall see my own figure.
Which I take to be for a fool.
I'll tarry with you no longer. Farewell, good Senor Love.
I'm glad of your departure. I do miss you, melancholy.
I pray you, what is it o'clock?
You should ask me what time of day. There is no clock in the forest.
Then there is no true lover in the forest, or else time wouldn't move at all.
Are you a native of this place? Your accent is something finer than you can purchase in so far a dwelling.
So I've been told, but indeed an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak. One who was in his youth a countryman, one who knew love too well, for there he fell in love. I've heard him speak many lectures against it, but I thank God I am not a woman, to be blessed with so many bad faults that he blames the whole sex.
Can you remember any of the principal evils he laid against the charge of women?
No, I will not cast away my knowledge, but unto those that are sick. There is a man haunts the forest that abuses our young plants by carving Rosalind into their barks, hanging poems upon trees, and all forsooth defying the name of Rosalind. If I could meet that fancy monger, I would give him good counsel, for he seems to have love upon him.
I'm he that is so love-shaken. I pray you tell me your remedy.
There are none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me how to know a man in love, in which cage of rushes I am sure you are not prisoner.
What were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not. A blue eye and sunken, which you have not. An unquestionable spirit, which you have not. Beard neglected, which you have not. Your socks should be down, your hat unbanded, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoes untied, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. You seem to love yourself than be lover of any other.
Have you cured any so?
Yes, one, and in this manner. He was to imagine me, his love, his mistress, and I set him every day to woo me.
I will not be cured, youth.
You will be cured if you would but call me Rosalind and come every day to my house and woo me.
Rosalind? Oh, by the faith of my love, I will.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his act being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. And then, the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like a snail, unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like a furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. And then the soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like a leopard. Jealous and honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly with good cap and line, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise lessons and modern instances, and so he plays his part. And then the sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on sides, his youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for a shrunk shank, and his big manly voice turning again toward childish treble, pipes and whistles in a sound. And the last scene of all, that ends the strange, eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.